Good morning. I'm happy to see you for this second Fluency Club session, and it's a pleasure to see you all this morning. We are recording as we speak. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of videos, and we'll see how much time we have, and I promise to finish on time, God willing. We want to follow up on some of the things we were doing last time, talking about the difference between business English and general English, and hopefully you have a good time. What I just mentioned right now is a preview, what we call a preview. Whenever you're listening or when you're reading, quite often the speaker or the writer will give you a preview. For example, in the chat group, I resent an article that Angelica sent to me on leader intent. Hopefully you get a chance to see that particular article. And actually in that article, they do a preview. So it says, there are 4 ways that you can make sure that you give the leader intent, or that the leader can tell what his intention is. So then you as the listener or you as the reader know that there'll be 4 things coming up. And actually in the article, it goes step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then at the end of the article, they say a summary. Okay, so that's also very, very common to come up with a review or a synopsis or a paraphrasing at the end. So without further ado, I don't know if you're familiar with that expression. Have you ever heard that expression? Without further ado, it's ADO. Without further comment, we want to continue, and we do have somebody joining us that's called iPhone, but we'll have to see who iPhone is. Okay. I brought today a poster that I made a couple of years ago at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm going to show it to you. And I also want to know if you brought some paper. If you do have paper, do put it horizontal like this, and we're going to be using it in a second. And if you don't have paper, you can use your notebook and a pen or a Sharpie to follow up on what I'm going to show you in this moment. So what I'm going to show you is this is me poster. This is me poster. And there's a picture of me before the pandemic. This is a pre-pandemic look, okay, of me. This really is me, because you see it says this is me, okay, I promise. This is a very common thing that we do with children. We have children do a this is me poster. So on the back, I drew different pictures related to me, or what I thought represented me. So, and then in this case, I actually wrote some things. So I wrote this originally on September 1st of the year 2020. Let's see, we have Rocio.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Rocio. I'm happy to see you. Are you in a car?
Yes, I'm still in the car.
Wonderful. We're happy to see you. I'm just showing them the This Is Me poster and my previous self. So this is the one that I wrote on Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. By the way, various students have asked me this week alone how to pronounce a date in English. I would say 2020, 2 digits, 2020, or you could say the year 2020. There's 2 ways of saying it, okay? So this is me, hello. Today is Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. I am Miss Elizabeth Elmer. I am American and happy. I like blue. I like Netflix movies. I like pizza. I like to play with Daisy the dog. I love my mother and chocolate and teaching and you, and goodbye. Okay, so the pictures I wrote were love and happy and pizza and my favorite chocolate, Toblerone Swiss chocolate, Netflix, and American. So these are the things that I decided represented me. So this is me poster, and on the back are different visuals of what I think represents me. So what I'd like you to do on your piece of paper, which is hopefully vertical, or remember, you could use your notebook, okay? I'd like for you to draw very quickly a picture of yourself.
Oh my God.
And well, you don't have to be Van Gogh, just, just something, right? Probably a circle and a mouth and eyes and a nose. And then try to draw some pictures of something that represent you. Just like I did flag, Netflix, pizza, chocolate, love, happy. Okay? So let's take a minute and see what you could come up with. You don't have to be perfect. This is going to be the This Is Me poster. And so the title is called This Is Me. Okay? And then you try to figure out something that looks kind of like you. Again, you don't have to be very good drawer, although we have various artists with us today, So you'll laugh when you'll see mine. Mine probably doesn't actually look like me, but it doesn't really matter how it looks. So we'll see what you come up with. So whatever you think you want to draw, that you think represents you. Okay, so, 2 or 3 pictures that you think represent you. We still have the mysterious iPhone person. Are any of you also on iPhone? No? Okay. So iPhone person, we don't know who you are. Although we're happy to have you, we don't know who you are. So take another couple of seconds to finish up your This Is Me poster. In this case, it's a piece of paper, right? And doesn't have to be perfect. At some other point, you could make it perfect, I suppose. Thank you, Maritza, for sending me the link. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Are you ready?
No.
One more second. Okay, who would like to share first? I'll share first. I'm not shy. There I am. This is me.
Okay.
I have my glasses on here. And I'm very happy. And remember last time I told you about my celery? That I eat celery every day. And this apple is for Apple TV because I don't have Netflix anymore. I only have Apple TV. I do eat a lot of apples, but this is Apple TV and that I'm happy. Who would like to continue on? Albori, you look like a happy volunteer.
Well, this is me when I have my hair down.
Oh yeah, look at your hair down. Now you see there's an artist for you. That looks a little different than my drawing.
Than today.
Oh well. That's beautiful, Alberi. Tell us more about your pictures.
Okay. Well, I have a coffee cup as well because I do like coffee, well, a lot.
Good.
Also, I love the arepas. That is a traditional dish from Venezuela.
Excuse me, a traditional what?
A dish from Venezuela
called
arepa.
What is it called?
Arepa.
Ah, okay.
And
Good.
it's quite similar to the gorditas in Mexican, something similar, but it's made it's like in the oven, well, comal here.
Yes.
So I do like as well the
Later
arepas.
on, you can make us some.
Yeah, I'm sure I will do it.
Wonderful.
I love to work on the computer. Well, I'm a designer, so I'm spending a lot of time in front of the computer. So
Very
this will
good.
be another
That
thing.
looks
And
looks like a very happy computer.
it has to be a happy computer.
Yeah.
And I do like sometimes to match or pair my coffee with some pastry. So this is another thing about me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Albordi. I loved your poster.
Thank you.
Andreina, can you go next?
Yes. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Let me take my background off.
A technological question.
How can I change my background to take? Because I don't know if you can see. This is me, Andre.
There, that looks good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, your drawing looks as good as mine, Andreina.
Yes, I'm Andreina Diaz. Today, it's Saturday, May 13, 2023. I'm Andreina Diaz. I'm from Venezuela. I love eating strawberry. Today, my breakfast was, I make a plate of yogurt with strawberry and I don't remember the other fruits that I put in my yogurt, but it was very delicious. I love eating fruits at mornings. I love hiking. Sometimes I make some travels or ride, and this travel or ride that I usually do let me know about Mexico.
Good.
Some places of Mexico. One of my favorite food that I have in Venezuela, it's patacon.
Only Albordi knows what that is.
Patacon, it's made. Oh, you need to look for some bananas, or I don't know how to say in English, plátano. It's like banana.
Like a banana.
It's
a
banana plantain.
Plantains, okay.
Yeah,
you need to look for some plantains, but green plantain, green. So with this plantain, you need to fry the plantain, and you need to I don't know how to say aplastar.
Yeah, sort of. Smash it or
Smash,
squish
you
it.
need to you need to fry the plantain and you need to smash this, and you're going to make like a sandwich.
Okay.
Like a sandwich with these plantains, and the plate it's called patacon. You can prepare this with ham, cheese, and tomatoes. You can include tomatoes and lettuce.
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 Good.
Yes. And you can include some sauce.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
Thank you, Adriana. Thank you. We learned a lot about Venezuelan dishes that you both love very much. Maritza, do you have this is me, mini poster?
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually on a beautiful piece of paper there. Yeah.
This is me. Okay. I am a mother of a family.
Oh.
And I am also a teacher. I am owner and trainer of my dog and some other dogs, and I love photography.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Maritza. That really encompasses your life very nicely. Miss Rocio, can you listen to me? Can you hear me? I don't know if she does or not. Well, just like last time when we were practicing introducing yourself, this is a useful and interesting technique, especially with little children, but it's a way to use visuals to express who you are or who you think you are. It sounds very, very interesting. I want to go on to something else that we did last week, which was the connecting of words together. Remember when we're listening, we put things together and to linking. Can anybody help me remember how we do the linking that we talked about last week? Or the joining?
With the World Cup was about police officer.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was an example, police officer. So why do we put those words together in English? And actually it comes out kind of fast, police officer, police
Okay,
officer. Yes, Miss Marita.
like word vocabulary of a topic?
Well, remember when I had the book and I had these two examples of put it, bite it, and this ends in a consonant. Yeah, remember these are the vowels, A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Remember last week we were saying if there's a word and it ends with a sound of a consonant, like a t, like put, and the next one starts with a vowel, in this case I, we put the words together. We link them together, we connect them. So this comes out to sound very fast. Put it, put it, put it, put it. And this one sounds like a T, bite, and bite it, bite it, bite it. So what we were looking at last week was connecting the words together when you're listening or when you're speaking, okay? So I want to look at something we looked at last week, which are called activity pages. I actually sent them in the chat again to you, but I'm going to put them here for you as well. And last week, we were actually seeing one of the paragraphs, and it was an introduction to the difference between general English and business English. And I remember Adriana was actually reading it to us, and we were talking about what the main idea was. And we find this particular paragraph in what was called the activity pages. So we're going to try to find a copy. If not, you can find it in your chat. Yes, this is the page. Okay, so this page, it says activity 1. Okay, you see that one? It says activity 1, and then it'll say activity 2, and then it'll say activity 3. Okay, And we'll be looking at these different activities today one more time. So remember activity 1, we were talking about the difference in the words between general English and business English. And we're getting there little by little. But I also sent it to you yesterday. If you don't see it there, you'll see it in the chat from yesterday that I put in the April 27th chat. Okay. So the first section here were these words, and there was a word in general English, and then there's a letter for another word. And let me see if I can go down. Oops. Fighting with the mouse today. Okay, let's go down, 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 right there. Right where it says activity number 2, general and business English. And we mentioned main idea and CV linking, consonant vowel linking. I want you to listen. I want you to listen to me and listen to where the words link. It says, you may have a good understanding of basic English, but did you know that there are some words that are better to use in business English? In this short video, we look at several words that we can change to make them more formal and better for a business environment. Turn that need into require and that make sure into unsure, and let's get down to business. Can you tell me again, way back here in the first sentence, which words came together or moved together or linked together? Very good. A good understanding. Is that you, Miss Maritza? Can you make me another link? Thank you, Miss Maritza. I want you to do that. Can you make a little U for other links? And let's help Miss Maritza. What words go together? There's the D, there's the U, and it comes out good understanding. Can we help Miss Maritza with more? What are more ways to link? Or more, excuse me?
I find one. We look. No, look at. Look at.
Okay, can we find look at? Miss Maritza, can you find look at?
Yeah, let me find it.
It's in the second sentence here. Look at. Very good. Thank you, Miss Maritza. Thank you, Adrina. Can we find more examples of how things go together or link or join? Look at the end of a word and see if it ends in a consonant. Here's another one. Have a.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. So have a is like bite it, because we don't pronounce that T. Okay? Bite it. You don't hear the E, and you don't hear the E of have it. You may have a good understanding.
Do you think basic English?
Actually, understanding of, right where my cursor is, basic English. Okay, so I'd like you to repeat. Excuse me?
No. Continue.
Okay, well, can you just repeat after me? You may have a, can you repeat that? You may have a good understanding.
Good understanding.
And I'll say understanding of.
Understanding of.
Basic English.
Basic English.
Okay, so the first step is listening. The second step is repeating. And the third step is what's called shadowing. Try to say this sentence with me at the same time. It's called shadowing. Good. Be careful here, Maritza, because this is not a vowel.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to erase that one. Okay, so repeat at the same time. Talk at the same time I am with this first part of this sentence. Let's start. 1, 2, 3. You may
May
have, everyone
Have a
again,
good
you may have a good understanding of basic English.
basic English.
Okay, that's called shadowing. Shadowing, to shadow somebody. So with yourself, with something you hear, you can listen, you can repeat, and then you could shadow. You try to say it exactly the same time. But be careful there, that's not a bad.
Yes.
Okay, so you may have a good understanding of, there's another one, Maritza, understanding of, where the cursor is, basic English, but did you know there are, okay, there's a silent E, so there's another one, there are some words
Words that are
that are,
that
here's another link right there where the cursor is.
using. I think that using.
Very
Mhm.
good. Using.
Ah, very good.
There's another one, using business English,
In-
business English. There's another one. There's
Business.
another link between the S and the E, business English. In this short video, we look at
Look at.
several words that can be changed to make them more formal and
Make them or not.
Oh no, because them is not about.
yeah, okay. There's a consonant, there's a vowel, formal and, fora, okay. Business environment, okay. Turn that need into, see where the cursor is? Need into, right here. Need into, very good. Require and, okay. Require and. Make sure, sure into, ensure and, very good. So you see there's lots of linkings in this example. Thank you, Ms. Maritza, for helping us show them visually. So listen again. You may have a good understanding of basic English, but did you know there are some words that are better to use in business English? In this short video, we look at several words that become changed into more formal and better for a business environment. Turn that need into, require and, make sure into, ensure and, get down to business. Okay, so that's just an example of linking. So when you're listening and when you're speaking, basically when you're listening, that's why it's difficult to listen in English, because of these linkings. But when you get an opportunity, try to do just what Ms. Maritza showed you with this little circle here, this little half circle. I want to show you a video that we started to look at last time, which is the General and Business English video. This comes from Fluent U, and it's exactly what it says in this particular introduction, which is changing to more formal words, just like Adrina said last time. Now, you might be used to my pronunciation by now. This is another pronunciation, although this is very standard. I'm sure you'll understand her. When you're listening, you want to come up with what the words are and what the sentence is, okay? So there's 10 words. You see where it says R, R, D, C. In your notebook, write what the words are and try to listen for the sample. What are the sample sentences? Okay, I think we're ready to start.
We're going to learn how to speak more professionally in business situations. Now, at times, it's all right to use informal language. It's acceptable in everyday situations, but there are times when you'll want to create a more powerful impression, and at that time, you want to be able to use business English. What's the difference between general English and business English? Well, sometimes There's not very much difference. Sometimes general English is used in business context, but sometimes you use a higher level word. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this lesson. Let's look at some really easy, common examples. For example, if you say, or if you want to say, I got your email. In regular English, you might just say, I got your email. What would you say if you want to make it business English? You could say, I'm giving you a clue, the word starts with R. Instead of saying, I got your email, I received your email. Okay? Now it becomes more formal and more businesslike. Suppose you want to tell someone, I need your help.
Let me stop you for 1 second. So the first word that started with an R was the word received. Did you hear the sample sentence?
No.
Okay, so
What?
the sample sentence, the sentence that you used. Let's go back 1 second and listen for the how she used that in a sentence.
Your email. Okay.
She's going to use the word received in a sentence.
I received your email. Okay? Now it becomes more formal and more businesslike. Suppose you
Yes.
want to tell someone, I need your help. It starts with R. Instead of saying, I got your email, I received your email. Okay?
So the example of the business English was received being more formal. And the sample sentence was, I received your email. The sample sentence was, the one that she just said was, I received your email. Okay, I received your email. So listen for the word and try to listen for the sample or the example.
Do you want to try to solve this without the video and then check?
We could actually go back.
We can go to the word that you
Yes,
just
we can
showed
go
us.
back to the activity page that we were just looking at, that activity number 1. And we were starting this last Saturday, and we came up with a lot of the words, and we could use our own sentences. Okay, and I'm sure that you could do that. So
Yes, I did my homework.
okay,
You did it.
so the
Very
first word, and as a matter of fact, Miss Maritza, since you know how to type on these pages, maybe you could help us back in activity number 1.
Okay.
And actually type.
Sure.
Because I know you can do it.
Yeah. Do you want to share? And then I type on that. Did everybody? Does everybody has the answers yet, or can try to?
Let's go to activity number 1. And we're going to share it with you and ask Ms. Maritza to actually type some samples.
Okay. Let's go up.
Go up. And hopefully it'll work. Okay, there we are. And
Okay,
you have the screen sharing, Ms. Maritza?
No, I'm just going to write on top.
Perfect. Okay.
What do you think? Well, God is received, no?
Okay, so number 1 is received.
Okay,
And let's see if we could write a sample sentence.
Okay, let's write the words first and then we write the sentences, okay?
So number 2, a word that starts with R for need. Require. Okay, very good. Require.
Talk about.
Then number 3 is talk about.
Discuss.
Very good. Okay. And then number 4, get in touch.
Communicate.
You could either say communicate, or you could say contact,
Okay.
Contact.
or you could say contact.
Or call?
Contact, contact, yes, okay.
Call will be less formal.
No, actually, let's see. Could you please contact me? Actually, more useful or more usual would be contact. For example, could you please contact me? Or you could say, could you please communicate with me? Okay, so either of those are perfectly well. Number 5 is make sure. Remember, this is
Sure.
an E.
Ensure.
Ensure, which
Ensure.
is ENSURE. Remember, it's different than insure a car. Number 6 is provide. Excuse me.
Give travel plans.
Okay. Guess what? I gave the answer.
What did you
Sorry.
say? I didn't
Plan.
hear. Come on.
Oh, give travel plans, starting with a P.
Plan.
Well, in this case, we're giving, not making. So
Okay.
put provide.
Provide.
Okay, to give travel plans. Okay, to provide travel plans, or you could say to provide an itinerary.
Okay.
Number 7, there's a little
Well,
problem with the numbering there. So number 7 is fix the problem. Oh, you know what? There was a slight mistake there.
no problem.
10, but fix the
Fix the
problem.
problem
S
to solve, no?
to solve. Yeah. So that would be solve.
Let them know.
Let them know. Let somebody know. Please them of your arrival. Starts with an I. This is the verb.
Inform.
Inform. Thank you very much. Inform. Please inform.
Tell why.
Tell why.
Explain.
You
Explain.
could say explain. Okay. Please explain your decision. Or please explain your decision to me. You cannot say explain. You cannot say explain me. You need to say, please explain something to me. Then the one that says number 9 is talk more. Talk more.
Expand.
Expand.
You could say expand. And the actual word that's best to use in English is elaborate. Elaborate.
Elaborate.
You could say, please expand more on your ideas, or please elaborate more on your ideas. Let's see if we can make some sample sentences. Let's see how we do. So what could be a sentence with receive? Can you think of
Receive.
Can you think of a sentence that starts with, or that contains the word receive?
Like I
Yes.
receive a package.
Excuse me, receive a package? Okay, so Miss Maritza, can you write?
I receive a package.
I received
from
a
Amazon.
package. Okay, perfect.
Oh, 2 P's.
Okay. Yeah, only 1 P. Okay.
Yeah.
Something with the word require.
I require to practice my English.
So you want to say, let's see, how would you say? I require
more information, no? Something that you
Okay.
Yeah, I require more information. I require more.
Invoice.
More what?
The invoice or something.
I
like that.
require an invoice. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
And then talk about. Okay, discuss. Can we think of something with discuss?
Discuss.
Something with
something like can we discuss the terms on conditions of a promotion?
Right. Okay. Or can we discuss the contract, etc. And contact. Contact. Can you think of a sentence with contact? Get in touch with contact. For example,
let's try to contact in a day every week.
okay, let's be in contact one day every week.
Let's be.
Okay, very good. Ensure.
Contact.
Okay, that's kind of a tough one. Please ensure that you arrive on time. Okay, so there's lots of words that are in more of a business sense. So there are many other sentences that you can add to that. And when you're learning a new word, it's always important to put a sample sentence, Very quickly, I'll give you some from the video. And for example, please ensure that you arrive on time. Please provide her with your travel itinerary. Please inform them of your arrival. Please explain your decision. Could you please elaborate on that? And how are you going to solve this problem? What I was hoping to do today was to move into a movie, a Walt Disney movie called The Princess and the Frog. Have any of you seen The Princess and the Frog?
Yes.
Way back when. Some of you were babies then, okay? Princess and the Frog is the first Walt Disney movie of a princess of color, as they say. And she fell in love with a prince, but he was actually a frog. And she says, to turn back into a prince, you need to kiss me. And she has to decide if she's going to kiss him or not. And if you have 1 minute, I want to play one of the songs from that movie called Almost There. What do you think this song will be about? It's called Almost There. Okay, almost is casi casi, almost.
Okay. The meaning?
Okay, so the word almost means casi in Spanish. Okay, almost.
Casi llegamos.
Casi llegamos. Casi terminamos. Casi, okay.
Almost.
Casi. It's called Almost There. So almost reaching her goal or her dream of opening her own restaurant. So she's almost there, making predictions. We've run out of time again. And the question is, what did you learn today? We didn't do too many of the things we hoped to do, but we did some activities today. And I do thank you for coming. What were some of the things that you learned today or that we saw today? Thank you.
That
yes, Ms. Maritza.
The English in the business can be a little more sophisticated or use
more formal.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a business email or some other business situation, it tends to be more formal. What else did we see today?
We could describe ourselves.
Yes, remember like last week, we were doing the function of introducing ourselves. Last week, we were introducing ourselves just verbally. And this time we were using visuals. We were using visual cues. This is me chart. True, we were introducing ourselves. There's many YouTubes on Google of introducing yourselves, especially in a business situation that you might want to look at. What else did we see today?
We also learn about the CV linking words.
Yes.
How to ghost when you're, for example, you were speaking, how we ghost the way that you pronounce all the sentence.
Yes, so those are two things in pronunciation. We were reviewing the consonant vowel links or connected speech, and that's why it's very fast in English. And the second thing that I've already said was what was called shadowing, to shadow somebody, SHADOW, to shadow somebody. So you can do this with any video that you see on YouTube or a podcast or whatever, but it's especially good if you have a tape script or subtitles, so you can listen, you can repeat, and you can shadow. So listening, you're quiet. Repeat, you stop and then say it. You stop and then say it. Shadowing is like an echo, like you just mentioned. You're trying to say it at the same time. This helps with pronunciation. Very good. We also talked about predictions. What do you think it's going to be about? And preview. For example, I said, today we are going to okay? So again, we didn't actually see all the things that I'd hoped to see. Next week, well, we also saw how to use all the vocabulary in sentences, which is very important. So remember, with vocabulary, you want to learn at least one word or expression every day, including Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, and write a sample sentence either from the video or one that you create yourself, and review them. Also, try to teach them to 3 different people. This is a very good way to expand your vocabulary. One of the most important things with listening, and then therefore speaking, is going to be vocabulary. So we looked at different words that were more formal, that in everyday speech, you would use the informal, not Spanish informal, but informal in English. And in business, the more formal, that you want to keep on practicing linking or connecting words. You want to practice repeating or shadowing. And you could use lots of videos that you find on YouTube to do that. I showed you the video of almost there. Almost is the key word there. To make the prediction of that one, you need to know the word almost. And in that case, and we'll look at it a little bit more next time, it's talking about the princess and the frog. And in the story, if you're not familiar with the story, she's very poor, but she's dreaming of having a restaurant. And this is how she envisions, or her vision of her dream come true. And so we're going to be looking at how you can make a mental map, remember, mental map, to make symbols, circles, lines, like you're in chemistry class. How would you make a mental map of what her vision is? And then the question is, what is your vision? What is your vision for the future? What are your goals and what are your dreams for the future? What is your vision? And each business, there should be a vision statement. What do you hope could be the ideal? And usually you use the word will. So in the case of her, she says, well, they'll all be handsome waiters and the food will be wonderful and everybody will be there and there'll be 1 million people at my restaurant. Okay. So we want to look at what your vision statements could be for you. And this is in every business, but also it could be personal. What is my vision statement in 1 week, 1 year, 5 years, whatever length of time you'd like. So you could go back and think about her and her restaurant, but you could also think about your own business or what you want to do in the future. So the vision. So we hope that it's a good chance today to look at different things, again, of business English, but also in your personal life. Remember, the next lecture will be on May 25th, and it'll be about listening. Okay, so we hope you had a good time today. We hope you learned something, okay? And we look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Okay, so thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much.